Bitcoin making a dash for $50,000 Monday after falling 21% in the 7 days through Sunday, the biggest weekly drop since March of last year. The XBX Bitcoin price right now trading at $48,346. It's up about just over 8% over the past 24 hours, according to trade block data. The XBX has been the most reliable Bitcoin reference price for institutions since 2014, with billions in assets under management benchmarked against it. Bitcoin is still up 56% year to date and getting a boost today from fresh signs of adoption of digital asset technologies. Google Finance added a data tab on cryptocurrencies, and MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor adding another $15 million worth of BTC to his company's treasury. And Citi out with a report suggesting Bitcoin could become the world's currency of choice. And joining me now to discuss is the report's author, Omid Malekan, blockchain innovation expert at Citi Ventures and adjunct professor at Columbia Business School in New York. Welcome, Omid.
It's nice to be here. And let me just add, I am a co-author. It was a team effort at Citi on this report. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a great report. This report saying that Bitcoin is at a tipping point as large institutions like Tesla, Square, MicroStrategy start investing in BTC. But is this institutional buying limited to a few fringe companies, or do you see this as a bigger trend among corporates?
First, I should start by saying that the opinions I'm about to give you are my own and not that of Citi. But one thing we tried to capture in the report was this idea of a long-running process of evolution for both Bitcoin and the broader crypto industry. The latest institutional adoption phase, that's the latest part of the evolution. And what we try to highlight is that there are things both about, as you said, Bitcoin with a big B, the currency, but also the little b, the network, the underlying technology. There are things about it that just increasingly make sense in today's increasingly digital and global world. So as far as adoption is concerned, to the extent that those factors matter, then adoption could be expected to continue.
Okay. Well, tell me about how Bitcoin could become the currency of choice in the world. We have a glossy chart from your Citi report mapping the future of Bitcoin from a new type of payment to currency to digital gold to finally a global trade facilitator. Walk us through on how we get to that point.
So as I was saying, those things about the idea of Bitcoin and the network that are appealing, things that are probably very familiar to your audience, but the broader financial system is slowly realizing, like the fact that it's natively digital, it's distributed, nobody owns it, nobody controls it. If we set all the controversy about what those things mean aside, it's actually a very convenient way to move value. And with this chart, we try to highlight that there has been this evolution of the perception from technology to currency to digital gold. And then we speculated that going forward, because Bitcoin is this very efficient way to move value that nobody owns and everybody gets to use, it could end up becoming a significant part of how trade flows and cross-border flows and value transfers in general happen in the future.
The report also talks about Bitcoin as blockchain's North Star and whether or not it loses this status to stablecoins or central bank digital currencies depends on how it is able to deal with inefficiencies relating to speed, scale, and so on. It reminds me of the internet boom when AOL dominated the internet provider space. AOL is a shadow of its former self now. I wonder, could Bitcoin become antiquated or overshadowed?
So the interesting thing is that historically, anytime blockchain technology has been applied to anything else, and particularly things that have nothing to do with Bitcoin, it's actually fed back to being positive to both the price of Bitcoin and the energy and excitement around it. Like obvious examples are when Ethereum got going, and then there was the Ethereum Enterprise Foundation that was only a permissioned version of a blockchain that's not Bitcoin. Or more recently, when now DM, formerly Libra, was announced by Facebook. That led to a lot of excitement and appreciation of Bitcoin. So this idea of the North Star is that this is not a competition. It's not a competition between Bitcoin versus stable coins versus potentially central bank digital currencies. But the better way to think about it is the acceptance and adoption of an idea. And all of those other things, what they're going to do is continue to validate this idea that a tokenized blockchain-based way to move value is actually superior to what exists today.
Yeah, okay. Kind of reminds me of the internet. It didn't destroy other forms like television, radio, other ways of getting information. It just kind of extended the pool where you could get information from. Nevertheless, at the end of last year, a leaked memo from Citibank suggested Bitcoin could peak at $318,000 by the end of this year. At the time, it seemed like one of the more wilder predictions by a major bank, less so today, but still rather bullish. What are your thoughts on this prediction? When will Citi start investing in Bitcoin?
So I have no thoughts on the prediction or when Citi will invest in Bitcoin, because my job at the bank is actually to spend time within the crypto industry to learn what's going on and then to educate and inform internally. I will just say that personally, I know there's always a lot of excitement about the price of Bitcoin, but one of the things we try to capture in the report is that actually what's happening with the technology is just as important, if not more important, than whether people can make money trading it.